Hello, hello, hello. Welcome to the Hoopla Y'all show where we talk about health, humor, and hooping. And I am your host, Shay Rippinger of Hip to Hoopla. And welcome. The theme for today's show, this is show number 66. That's a special number for me. And the theme of today's show is mental boost. And this is there's three ideas that go with this. I am doing currently, when this video runs, I'm doing a Hooping with Insights 30-day journey is personal journey with when I hoop and have some insights with that. I've actually had the insights before, and then I bring those into, like a couple minutes of hooping. So to stay away, to be on camera, it's not necessarily to be on camera, but to get some practice doing more than one thing. So being able to talk, being able to hoop and educate, to share experience, all that kind of good stuff. So, and also a note, it is to help me with brevity as well. So to get nice tight shows. So it's another way for me to practice. So that you're welcome to catch that. That's over on my, what is it on? My hoop, the Hoopla Facebook page, and you can catch that, and I do believe I have that on playlist, or we'll have that on playlist soon. So not sure if I'll get that up on YouTube yet, but it's definitely interesting, and it's just a few minutes for each episode. So, and it's a 30-day journey, so they're not all consecutive because I have had some life things happen with today, when I'm recording this, it is Memorial Day, and so I dedicate this show to my grandparents, Joe and Helen Rippinger, who just weeks ago just both passed away. So I went back for the funeral for that, to Chicago, and traveled for that, and pardon me. And so I just want to dedicate this show to them. And, I want to dedicate a lot of things to them, but this is one that I can do that because my grandmother, one of the things I got from my grandmother, this is deviating from my topic list, but one of the things I got from my grandmother is my love of cooking, and one of the things that I got from my grandfather is my love of gardening. So I excel at both of these things, I experiment with both of these things, and I just have at both of these things. So and that's only a little tip of the iceberg of what these two magnificent human beings have imparted to me during their lifetimes. 97 years old. So last year at this time, a year ago, my husband and I were visiting Chicago to visit with them on Memorial Day, and talk about a very significant Memorial Day. To be able to spend it with two World War II vets is just incredible. And Memorial Day has a special place in my heart because I couldn't remember the difference between Memorial Day and Labor Day. It used to kind of get mixed up in my head. And I totally understood it after my mom passed away, because she passed away on Memorial Day weekend. So I'm like, never will forget that now. So anyway, okay. Now, getting back to the topic is mental boost. So anyway, mental boost, I have, this is a three-tiered, three aspects of mental boost, and that is imagination is the first one. So, and why I brought up the Hooping with Insights is I covered this a little bit in there, but I just wanted to touch on this because I thought this was an important trio to cover, and not everybody sees everything because we don't all have that much time. And so anyway, the imagination is such a great, helpful thing to help with mental boost. So using your imagination, just sky's the limit of whatever your capabilities of creativity have to do with imagination. So how far you can go out. One of the tools to that I like doing is mind mapping. That's a fun one to use for imagination. So where you put your topic on the center of your paper, and they actually have mind mapping apps too, and you can go out from that topic and just start this brain dumping of brainstorming on paper all the ideas that are related to that. Doesn't matter how wild, doesn't matter if they're based in reality or not. It's actually better if there's some of them aren't based in reality, and then you can just go hog wild with with the imagination, and you might have some really great creative strikes of neat things that can come about with that. Okay, so that's the first of the mental boost things that I wanted to share with you. And the second one is visualization. This is a great tool to help with mental boost. So Olympic athletes use this. Here's an example of how they use this. They do a perfect performance of their skill, their element, their sport in their brain without even actually physically doing the activity. And that helps them not only get them in the groove, but it's actually a scientific thing that when you visualize something, the same brain chemistry happens as if you're actually doing that thing. And if you don't believe me, I want you to visualize, close your eyes for a moment, and visualize biting into a lemon and how tart and just wow tart that is, and how it just almost takes your breath away, and how you squeeze and pucker your mouth, and your face just squishes all in, and as you imagine the tartness of that lemon, of just how just sour that is, and or perhaps sweet to you, but how just zingy that is on all of your little taste buds. Now, when you open your eyes, did you salivate at that? If you actually did that visualization with me, did you salivate at all? So that's an example of how visualization actually, and I'm salivating, and I wasn't even trying to visualize that one. But anyway, it just goes to show you how important visualization is to that. So that's a really cool thing. I have another story to go along with that, but it involves Viktor Frankl, who was a Holocaust survivor, and one of the things that he did every day while he was imprisoned was to visualize a perfect golf game in his brain. He had no clubs, he had no access to outside. I don't know that he even had a window, but he visualized playing a perfect golf game. And the miracle of all miracles that he got out, he survived, he lived, and he eventually did go and play golf. And guess what happened? He golfed a perfect game because he had visualized it so many times in his brain. So another example of that. All right, third leg of this trio of mental boost is meditation. This is a great tool, another very awesomely scientifically proven thing. Helps get you in on the brainwaves. So meditation doesn't have to be all hard, doesn't have to be all woo-woo. You don't have to sit cross-legged and be in silence. There are so many ways to meditate. You can do a walking meditation, you can do a movement meditation. I love doing a hooping meditation and just being in the hoop, whether it be just being still in the hoop, like literally just sitting down in cross-legged in my hoop. Like I said, you don't have to be cross-legged, but just for me, this is a methodology that I did to help me get through some very rough times. Was using a meditation where I imagined the hoop was the inner sanctum line. So anything that happened on the inside of my hoop, basically this was a peaceful place for me to be. And anything that happened on the outside line of the hoop was all the bad stuff could stay out there. And that really helped me get me through some rough times when my mom was sick, and when she did pass. So meditation can be an easement of something used like that. It can be also, it's a great way to help start your day, end your day, calm your day, all kinds of different things. And you don't have to meditate for an hour if you don't want to. You can meditate for a minute. You can meditate for 30 seconds. You can do a gratitude meditation. You can do an affirmative, where you have affirmation meditation. You can do all kinds of various meditations. There are books on it, all kinds of neat things. So try that in the trio of mental boost, imagination, visualization, and meditation. So it's a great trio. Okay, so here is a health thing that I wanted to recommend real quick, and that is another mental boost thing that I like is peppermint oil. If you need to get, this is like a modern version of smelling salts. Now, it is very strong, so when you open the cap, be nice and careful with this, but here you take a very a nice little whiff of this. Very good. This will wake you up in the morning. You could put a drop of this in your tea. I don't know if I do it in coffee, but I suppose you could. It tastes like a candy cane, but I'm not a coffee drinker anymore. I got myself off of that, but I like tea, and I love to put a drop of peppermint oil in and mix it up. And be very careful, because you'll put that near your nose, and the steam vapors of just a drop of pure peppermint oil will just be, that'll open up your sinus passages like nothing else. But also it helps engage and get the brain cells going. So I like this. It enlivens and just boosts. It's a nice mental boost. That's hence why I brought it up today. So that is the little health tip for today. Okay, now moving on, I've got a little laughter yoga exercise for you, and that is a smile meditation. So with this, what we're going to do, and I encourage you to do this with me, it'll only take a few moments, and what we're going to do is you are welcome to close your eyes if you like. I'm going to put my hands up like this. You don't have to. You can, whatever is comfortable for you. I just would like you to close your eyes, take a couple deep breaths in, take it in through the nose, and exhale through the mouth, and I want you to smile this entire way. You can open up your mouth and exhale nice and big. Inhale in through the nose, smiling on the inhale and exhaling out. A nice big smile. One more time. Take a nice deep breath. Inhale in through the nose and exhale through the mouth. And just concentrate for a moment or two, and you can just do regular breathing on this and concentrate on the smile and just focus on your smile. And just take another couple breaths. And when you feel comfortable, we're going to wiggle the fingers. You're welcome to open up your eyes. Take a nice deep breath in, exhale it out, keep that smile going. And at the end of your laughter yoga exercises, this being a meditation, even though it's meditation, we're going to still continue to do what we do at the end of laughter yoga exercise. We take our hands together, do this with me. We do this twice. We go very good, yay. Very good, yay. Okay, so that concludes the laughter yoga portion. And I'm going to show you a little hoop trick. I should have teased this at the beginning of the show. But anyway, this is a how to use the mental boost technique to do a hoop trick called a schmear. So what a schmear is this is one variation of it, is bringing this together. Now, what we're going to do to bring this all together, you're going to use imagination, visualization, and meditation to get your schmear. So what we're going to do is imagine that we're going along a belt line. So right now, you don't see that I have a belt on. I do have a waistband on for the pants, the leggings that I've got on, all right? So I'm going to imagine that my hoop is going around and touching that belt line the whole time. So I'm just taking, and it's going the whole way around. So from behind, it's going around, touching. Now look, I'm turning with this too. Okay, I'm just turning so I demonstrate on camera that this is following my belt line the entire way. Okay, so that's the first technique that we're going to use to get the schmear, is imagining the belt line and keeping the hoop in contact with that belt line the entire time for the schmear. Okay, so the second thing is the visualization. So imagine your belt line. So like right now, you don't see one, so I'm imagining my belt line there, but also visualize. Now with visualization, and this also goes hand in hand with the meditation, you can close your eyes if you like, and you can actually feel this move. This is an on-body move where you can feel the contact with the hoop. But you can also do this without the hoop. So if I were doing this without the hoop, I would be that would be my visualization of this move without the hoop. Now with the hoop, so that's the visualization part, I'm imagining that belt line, I'm doing the visualization. So if you're in a place where you don't have your hoop with you, you can still do this. And these tricks go beyond hooping as well. So if you're tuning in and you're like, I don't know about hooping, I don't know if I want to know about hooping, these still are applicable for other areas of your life, whether it be wanting to get well, whether it want to be whatever the case may be. So, and hi to everybody watching, and hi, thank you so much for the hearts and the thumbs up and the likes and all that kind of good stuff. So appreciate you watching and tuning in. Okay, so, and then the third thing is the meditation with this. So you can use this as a meditative move, this Schmear, and of course you can go in both directions too. So I'm going to demonstrate this in the opposite direction. So I'm going to continue imagining that belt line, visualizing the Schmear, and then I'm also going to just meditate with this. So I'm just going to do some breath work in this. I'm going to take an inhale in and exhale out. Inhale in and exhale out. Inhale in and exhale out. And you can take this with a turn as well. And you don't have to go very fast with this. Or you can. You can take this and go very fast. You can go in place or turn. Or now, if you wanted another extra trick to add to your repertoire, is doing a Schmear anti-Schmitt, which means the hoop is turning in one direction. So my hoop is going down and up, down and up, down and up, and I'm going to go against the grain. So if I were going with the grain, okay, so everything would be going to my right. If I'm going with the grain, this is going with the current. That was the first variation that I did. But if I do where I'm still turning the hoop in that direction, so I'm turning the hoop to the right, but now I'm physically turning to the left. Woo, now we've got that all going on. So, and if you want to, so when you start adding on variations like that, and especially if you start doing that with speed and you start losing it, go back, slow it down, and do each of those elements, imagination, visualization, and meditation with that, and you will get this trick and the variations, and then throw it into your hoop practice and see if that helps you out. And whether it be your hoop practice, your healing practice, whatever your goals are, this is very helpful. So, alrighty, that is, I believe, everything for the show right now. So thank you so much, Vicki, for watching. That's very nice. So, and whether you're watching live and commenting live or watching the recording, I really appreciate you being here. Thanks so much. And I hope you enjoyed this little mental boost. I hope that you can use this information in your daily practice, whatever that might be, to help boost your spirits, your day, your week, your business, your health, whatever that may be, your relationships, all of that stuff is good stuff. So all of this can be helpful for you. And when I remember to do it, it works really well. So anyway, all right. Thanks so much for being here. I hope you enjoyed smiling, learning, playing, hooping with me. And we'll see you on the next episode. Bye-bye for episode 66. Thanks for watching. Bye.